welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be testing out the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. So if you would like to see a wear test and a review, please keep watching. So I went ahead and pulled up the foundation on NYX's website. This foundation does come in 30 shades. I don't know if I could show you guys all the shades at once. Don't judge my nails, they look so bad. So it does come in 30 shades, as you could see here. It also retails for $14, but I believe that I got mine from Ulta for buy one get one half off. So I got two for, what was that, $21? I have two shades. The first shade I got is super duper light, and if you're going to buy this foundation, I would suggest going to the store and picking your shade out in person, because online I didn't know that this was going to be like practically white. So this one right here is the shade Porcelain, and I know like porcelain, yeah, maybe duh, I should assume that this should be like a really light shade. According to this, Pale is actually the lightest shade, and then Porcelain is the third lightest shade. But like, as you can see, this is super fair, so I can only imagine what the shade Pale looks like. So for this shade right here, I'm obviously not going to be able to use this today, but this says it's Porcelain with a neutral undertone. So this is also what the box looks like. It just says Total Control Drop Foundation, and then on the very back it tells you that you could do 2 drops for light coverage, 3 drops for medium coverage, and 4 drops for full coverage. The last time I tried out a drop foundation was actually the Cover FX drops, and right after I got done filming that video, I immediately took it back to Sephora and got my money back because I absolutely hated it. So I'm a little nervous for this, I'm not gonna lie. This next shade that I'm gonna be using today, I hope it still looks really light to me. So this is the shade Natural. So according to the website, this is the 8th lightest shade. It also says it's nude with neutral undertones, which I always pick my foundations to be a neutral undertone. I just think that looks the best on my skin. So the shade Natural also has a neutral undertone, and I always pick foundations with neutral undertones because I feel like that looks the best on my skin personally. So this is Porcelain and this is Natural, so this is about 4 or 5 shades darker than this. I don't know, I almost feel like this is the Natural one is going to be too light for me because I am pretty tan right now. Well, tan for me. So I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. So I'm just going to read a little bit of the description. It says, customize your coverage like a pro with our Total Control Drop Foundation, now available in 6 more shades to accommodate a wider range of skin tones. This is a fan favorite. It provides sheer to full coverage and a soft matte finish. It also says it's a velvety matte formula. So I guess I'm just going to start off with, I think I want full coverage today, so I'm going to do 4 drops like it said. And it does have a little dropper, so I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. And right off the bat, to me, that's not full coverage. I'm getting this flashbacks from the Cover FX. So I'm just gonna dip my damp sponge into this and then start blending it on my face. This does look like it's gonna be too light for me, but hopefully with a bronzer we can darken it up a little bit. Yeah, so I always get so confused like when it says 4 drops. Okay, so does that mean 4 drops like the way I just showed you, or like 4 full drops? Let's see. So let's do 1 full drop. Oh my god, it is so runny, I can't even show you guys. Is that what that means? Like 4 full drops? Like that has to be it, right? Like I don't know, I get so confused. But that 1 whole drop, that 1 whole drop I just did gave me pretty much full coverage on this side of my face. And I still have like a lot left. So I'm just going to try to build it up a little bit on my cheeks. Or I guess I'm just going to build it up everywhere. So I think that 1 whole dropper, like I just showed you, would be enough for my whole face if I was using the same tool. But again, This shade is too light for me at the moment. Like, I think I need to go up, maybe even like, you could see like I'm pretty tan, and then we have this. So I think I might need to even go up like 4 more shades, or maybe like a really deep shade and then mix in these 2 shades so I can kind of like customize my own shade. So on my skin, I'm getting more of like a matte finish. I'm not getting really like a demi matte, but I think it looks nice. And I'm pretty sure I got full coverage from using one whole squeeze dropper tube thing. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna put a whole nother drop on mine. This foundation is so runny, like I can't even get over it. And I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I'm just gonna dip on in there. Yeah, this is definitely too light for me. Oh, you know what? I kind of like it with a brush too. I'm sure I sound like a broken record if you've seen a few of my other foundation first impressions, but I almost always like foundations with a sponge and never with a brush. Very rarely do I like foundations with a brush, but this one's okay. Like, it's blending out really nice. I am going to go back over it with a sponge because I always have brush strokes and it drives me absolutely insane. I feel like I'm getting the exact same amount of coverage that I did with the sponge with the brush as well, so either or works for me. But if I'm just going to go over with a sponge anyways, I might as well just do my whole face with a sponge. I still have quite a bit left over too, so I'm just going to go over everything with my sponge. I also heard that you could put the drop foundations, like you can mix them in with your moisturizer to get like a tinted moisturizer. I haven't tried that, but that would be interesting. I'm just gonna take the rest that's on my hand and go over my nose. You know what? I actually really like this foundation. I kind of want to go get a darker shade. I didn't think I was gonna like it, partially because I had such a bad experience with the Cover FX drop foundation, but I actually really like this. So this is what my skin looks like up close. I think it looks really nice. Like, I cannot believe this. I normally like dewy luminous foundations, but I kind of like this, especially for the summertime. I think I'm going to be wearing more matte foundations because it is like really hot outside. I'm already going to get like a luminous look throughout the day anyways when I start sweating and my natural oils come through. So I think I am going to stick to more matte foundations this summer, but I think it looks really good, and I feel like I did get full coverage for sure. So it's 12:25 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back to check in with you guys and let you know how everything went on. You know what I just realized? I didn't use any primer. I think I have keto brain. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't use any primer, and I always use primer and it went on pretty good. So maybe I really don't need to use primer. Hey guys, so I'm back. It's actually 1:46 right now. So I just wanted to let you know how the makeup went on and everything I'm wearing on my face. So I thought everything went on really nice on top of this foundation. The only thing, I feel like it started to cling to my dry patches. So like my nose is kind of dry right now, and like my chin, I feel like it's gonna start to get kind of cakey, but that normally happens to me with matte foundations. So maybe with drier skin like me, less is more with that foundation, because I feel like I put on a lot. You guys saw it, and it did give me full coverage, but I feel like I am gonna turn into a cake face. So the products that I have on my face, I have the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana to set my concealer. I have the ColourPop I Like Your Face highlighter palette for my highlighter. I have this Urban Decay Sun-Kissed bronzer on. On my eyes, I'm using this e.l.f. Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette. Then I have this Fergie Wet n Wild blush in the shade Brush with Danger. I used the Kylie Cosmetics gel liner in the shade Brown for my wing liner. I also used her concealer. For brows, I used the Cella Beautiful Blonde Eyebrow Pencil, and then the Brow Gal tinted brow gel with microfibers. For lips, I have the Kiko Cosmetics lip liner in the shade 401, the Lipland lipstick in the shade Corset, and the ColourPop lip gloss in the shade Bestie. So that's everything. I guess I will see you guys here in a couple hours and let you know how this foundation is wearing. Hey guys, so it's only been a couple of hours, but I was just looking at my foundation in the mirror and it looks so good. Like, I thought I was gonna be cake face for sure, but look at this. But like, I feel like my cheek makeup looks so nice. I know, my hair looks ridiculous. I just cut my bangs and I kind of messed them up, so I had to put them. Ooh, so I've had this foundation on for 4 hours. And when I look up close, like my forehead is starting to get kind of cakey around my nose, and my chin. So it's like the only thing that looks really good is my cheeks. I don't know if you can hear Marshmallow, she's screaming. I absolutely love how this looks, but like my T-zone is not looking so great. Hopefully you can see it now that I'm up close. It looks pretty cakey. Hey guys, so it's 8 o'clock. I'm actually starting to get kind of oily and like my makeup is breaking up really bad on my chin, but everything else, like right here, looks so good. It's just the center of my face. So I figured I'm just gonna use my sponge and I'm gonna dip into this Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana and I'm just going to press that into the areas that I'm getting oily. I feel like there's no help for my chin though, because it is just like breaking up and around my lips, like right here. My camera battery died, so I had to change it. But like I said, I absolutely love how the foundation looks on my cheeks. I think it looks so good, but just right here just started to break up and just looks extremely cakey to me anyways. And I just don't know what I could do to fix that because I just love how it looks right here. Like, I mean, I could get over like the cakiness right here. One, I have bangs, and two, it just doesn't really bother me. But like what bothers me is right here, especially if I'm like out and about and I have to talk to people. I don't want them to be like staring at my mouth and looking at my foundation, like just getting all like crusty and gross looking. You know what I mean? So I don't know if like maybe if I put a super hydrating primer around my mouth, like maybe that would help prevent it kind of like separating and, you know, doing all that, but I don't really know. But I mean, other than that, like, I really like this foundation. I do need a darker shade, so I might go do that tomorrow. I have to take this thing back to Ulta anyways, because it came broken when I had an online order. So I might go pick up another shade because I really do like it. And I kind of want to try mixing it into my moisturizer. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to keep this on for another 2 hours and then I will be back and let you guys know my final thoughts. So my hair started off up here and now it's slowly creeping down. So it is So it's 10:22, so I've had this foundation on for 10 hours, and you guys, I don't know. Because when I look at it, like in this mirror, it looks fine, even though it is real, it's cakey in spots. But that could be like the La Prairie powder. I feel like this is one of those foundations that I would really like if I only had to do something for like 3 to 4 hours and then nobody would see me after that. Because like all around here, like especially my chin, even though this has been on for 10 hours, I understand that, but like just like right here, I just don't like how that looks. I just feel like it looks really sloppy. I feel like this foundation was probably meant for more oily skin, and because I am dry to normal, so I feel like my dry areas are right here and then my normal areas are right here. So that would explain why my cheeks still look really good and they didn't cake up or anything. But like this whole area right here just does not look good. So I feel like this foundation was made for more oily skin. It has to be, because I just like think it's so weird that it just caked up so bad right there. So I was gonna go buy like another shade that I could wear when I'm like this tan, because the shade Natural is too light for me at the moment, but we just made it work with the bronzer. And then the other shade Porcelain I have, which is like super pale, but I don't think I'm gonna go buy the darker shade. I don't know, I'm like so on the fence. I just really honestly don't know. Like, I do like that it's you can customize it to light to full coverage. I really, really like that. So like maybe what I need to do when I wear it again is make it full coverage on the outer perimeter of my face and then make it light coverage in the center and then go in with the full coverage concealer. I think that's what I need to do just so I can prevent this from caking. So I'm sorry I couldn't come to a complete yes or no in this foundation first impression, like wear test. Like I honestly just don't know. I'm like stumped. Like I don't hate it, but I don't love it either, but I like it. I don't know. I am so sorry. I'm like so confused. Let me know if you guys have tried this foundation in the comments below, and if you have dry or oily skin. Like I said, I'm dry to normal, mostly dry in the middle. Let me know what you guys think of this foundation. I'm curious, and like what primers you use and stuff, and like if you figured out a way to apply it in this area without it caking. Like I'm interested. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this foundation first impression, and I will see you guys in my next video.